Guys, I wanted to make it a topic. Me being single. Today's topic, me being single and going to church. Most people go to church because of God, right? And I go to church because of God. And that's one thing we want to talk about. And this lady in Carrollton at the bar said, you go to church for yourself and God. Yes, we go to church for God. But also, when we sit in that Bible by ourselves, that don't mean we have to be by ourselves. And one of the things everybody introduces each other's churches, they don't talk to each other, they don't wave and talk to each other. Everybody keep going. But the most thing about me or what I'm trying to get across, when I go to church and people don't interact, only interact after the Bible, I want to be that person that I know I'm loved all over. And I know it's somebody else that sits in a church and have that same phone as me, that we are loved by God, and we should not be. When this artistic kid in Walmart, I work at Walmart, and I worked at 2996, and he know what everything. What he drive a car, he do all of those things, but he always putting himself down, and I always tell him he gonna find a girl, and like, bam, bam, bam. But with me, when I'm on my phone and everybody's not interacting like they should. When I'm on my phone and I'm on my social media, God said, you're never alone. I don't want you to just sit up in church by yourself and you walk there by yourself and understand you are loved and love will never give up on you. And we have to understand that matter when we think all hope and giving up on what we want to find destiny. Just because we walk up our door, we go to church and we be by ourselves. No, I go on my phone because I know when my son leave, and I know when I've been going and I'm gonna come to church. This is like my 10th time coming to a church in the city. But that's not the point. I know I don't want to leave by myself. I know I'm with God, but I'm also with the people that believe in God. And we're gonna find what we need in love, and we're gonna find no matter what, we are gonna find, even though this environment this society that we dependent over, control, I mean, and do these things and these things. So I look at myself like when I'm on my phone, I'm with God, but also I'm with y'all and the people that believe in God. So I'm never alone. I just don't want to put myself in the Bible and not be with y'all. I just don't want, when I sit in that seat, I know God is with me, but I also, God is not meant for us to be alone. Yeah, we can love ourselves, but we have to keep searching that higher mountain. And when you hit that right punch, hit that right relationship, happiness will happen. We are not giving up in that format. And I refuse to let anything beside that format tells me anything beside that format. So guys, I want that, and people want to tell me not being on my phone is that it? No, it's not about that. It's about your society want to make people feel alone, and it's not like that. There's a billion some people on this earth. So when I'm in church in the city, me sitting by myself, either one of that, I know God is with me, but I also know y'all is with me. And I know the non-believers, we ain't talking about the enemy because I know the enemy is watching me, God said. The enemy on my two platforms, I know the enemy watching, they see me with two phones. I've been having two phones since 2019. That ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. Even with one phone, I've been getting on different profiles on social media. So the thing is, I don't want you to feel alone because we think we have to sit up in church and not interact and think, oh, once we leave church, we're alone. Don't make that society make you feel like that. Don't make that society makes you feel like that. And I never, when friends then used to call me or anything, I never let Marissa or any one of them, with Sabina and anyone to make me feel like those when they didn't call me, when they used to chill at parties and stuff. I never let them make me feel like I didn't have nobody. And I don't care about it. It's not about them. So I didn't want to make them make me feel it's not about her family, or her friends. This is my life. And if you're trying to stop it with your jealousy friends and the rest of them, leave me alone, man. I don't need you or them. This is my life. And we're going to live it how we're going to live it. Without the distraction, without the lies and the deception, without the jealousy. You see, a boss gonna always pay attention to shit, but sometimes I gotta have a woman that gotta know the bullshit, and we gotta keep moving. And I always been like that with the 14. You're not strong enough for me. You're not strong enough for me. Even when we the same age, 14, 15, 16, when you're not strong enough for me. Certain things I don't pay attention to. This what you want, nigga. I'ma give it to you. And I'ma no. Nobody with all that bullshit at the end of the day. But I refuse to go up in church during a concert around. You got your own opinions, and I respect that. But I want him to let him know that I'm not gonna feel alone. I know I'm with God. So let me tell you, we're gonna be on our phone communicating with people and finding that match, and we ain't worried about nothing. Right now, he don't know I could be paying attention to J.G. Jackson at Church in the City. I'm not taking it as no disrespect. I stood there. But it was about what you're not able to do. Conflict. It's the same behavior that coming from Walmart. Same behavior. The same stunt that Dillman Miller pulled. See, that's why I had a backup plan. Because people think they can get away with anything or treating you bad. I am not one of them. You ain't gonna compare me to them at all. Don't put my name in the same category as them. But I refuse to be alone in society the way they behave and the way they want control and do that. We're going to constantly get on their phone, and if Church in the City don't like it, God say, we don't have to be a part of you. But it does not holding the Bible up and just doing those things. It's not about holding the Bible up and doing all of those things and shaking each other's hand. I'm not going to feel like I'm alone. You know, racism wants you to be alone. And when Joe Biden says stick by the rule, no, we ain't gonna play this game. When politics play a part and they got, no, we ain't gonna play this game. That's what they want. Or close that door. That's what they want. You think I'm gonna give you that satisfaction? But I'm not gonna be dissing my church, holding the phone. There's no holding the Bible. I can listen to the word of God, but I want to interact. I want to do all of this because I refuse to let that society, when you see single couples, I refuse to let that part of society bring me down. To feel like I have to be alone, even though God with me. And some people die alone with that Bible in their hand and give up on what they dear most of finding what they want. So if they don't like me, that's the way it be. Let me tell you, Orion said church ain't a concert. Yeah, you can say that. But it also come where God come at. God celebrated. They ate together. They partied together. They celebrate together. Those things, we understood those things. But your rules got more of steady since he had left here. And he understood these things at many costs. We understand the rules that you have. God got rules in his heavens. Certain things won't be allowed. Jealousy, envy. I'm not jealous. But let me tell you something. Those things are what we see out the Holy Spirit. I see you from a mile away. I saw that person in that car. Jealousy when she was speeding up in that car. She didn't know when she was doing this up in Raleigh, Texas. I saw her spirit. Her spirit was caught. She knew what she was doing. Jealousy. Oh, one of them because your faith in God is, you got to be one of them because your faith in God is much bigger than anything. They question God's faith. They question America's faith. They question this Lord of mercy. They question these things. They question God's faith. They question these things. One thing, God wasn't owned by nobody. America ain't owned by nobody. And the Texas legislators, God got a thing coming for you. Yeah. All right. You know, my spirit is more opening up more. It's been opened up, but those things will never be questioned on any one of those platforms. But let me tell you, I'm just not going to go to church. I know I'm coming there for God. But God said, you don't have to be alone in this. So you get on your phone and you just talk low where other people trying to cause confusion, and you be that talker conversation. You talking, you just communicate with each other and you just connect. Don't let their society feel like you alone. Don't let society, because there's a million people alone that need some of them hurt. Don't get with some of them need the help. Some of them need to heal. God said, you question me when it's time to question me. But I wanted to tell people because I didn't want the world to feel like the church in the city making it feel like that I had to sit out there. And that's not right. That's not right. When things and interaction and behavior, words that were said. And they threatened to sue me, words that was being said. I see the behavior and I had to write these things down. I don't work for nobody. I was being myself. Yeah, it's gonna start a problem when I go back to church. But look here, they threatened to sue me, but I'm not the problem here. Now the mayor started this confusion and the Texas legislators. They don't want to take responsibility. They know the actions that they did. They always talk about they want information. And when we try to give them information, they hang up. And they want to make a law where we can't help. No, you're going to listen, damn it. You're going to stop what you're doing right now. That behavior is going to stop right now. Society wants to treat God's children bad and not treat us as equal. And that's the problem. I would not bend to you. I would not bend to your business as Texas legislator. You was wrong for what you did. And I'm suing the Galleria Mall for those participation. We are not the same. We are not the same. And the Texas legislators is wrong. But God said, if you wouldn't have did what you did in that mall, you set me up for a bigger combat. To catch Yellow Breeze in them and they bullshit in Dallas, Texas, and the mall and the mayor. Hey, you actually did me a favor. You don't know. You actually did me a favor. When they asked where they tackling that DA, the 2 DA agents, and the Dallas police laughed at me. You actually did me a favor. You actually did me a favor. I have no problem with Shrimp. But remember this. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Bum B talking about he tried to lead the whole. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Come correct. Come correct. Don't come at me with that sneaky ass bullshit. One dude, he passing his car. Hold up, he doing this and that. Hold up, he doing this and that. Don't come at me with that. My future have already been planned. But God said I have to watch out for the spirit. I have to know what's going on in the spirit and how people behaving in their cars and doing these things to artists survive. Everybody said you know the spirit is much daily of watching the human behavior of everyone. Do not be blind of what you see. Damn, I didn't put it. I don't know why I gotta give my work to YouTube in Texas and I've been all over the platform. I'm like, hold up right fast. And we're going to tell the Justice Department, the state of Texas was caught behind. And T.I. is going to talk about, God say, when you are the truth, you're not meant to tell or take a loss when you are the truth. God in America don't play that. We don't play that. God don't play that. So whenever T.I. said he took a loss, God said, you better evaluate that, partner. God telling you, you better evaluate that, T.I. on action. You better evaluate that, T.I. T.I., you better evaluate that. You see, I sat up there and think when I was in Dallas County. I know this situation to save my life. And the dumbass motherfuckers still think they slip. See, I don't just have to talk about it. I go out these dumb motherfuckers passing cars and complain on the industry. The people that do shows, when Dallas talking about who want to book shows with us, do shows with us and do all of these things. Hey, look at the mayor's sister. At that car be exposed and dumb lying ass behavior. I didn't just go on the Texas Music Office website when everybody was telling me in Dallas County, hold up, this marketing. I looked on other websites where the money comes from for music. I did more knowledge than anything. But it's not up to me to go back on that website to say what I learned. They supposed to give it to me already. And don't you play dumb. But you know what? The lying behavior keep going on in society. And I told the Texas Music Office, you keep playing dumb. Keep playing like you stupid. Y'all, every last one of y'all. Keep playing like you dumb. And Governor Abbott, keep on annoying me and playing like you dumb. Everybody that's sitting at Texas with Governor Abbott, every woman that sit with that, keep playing dumb. Rights was violated. And I don't got time. So God said, yes, you come there for me. But don't remember, you don't have to sit alone when you're with me. Just because you picking up that Bible, just because you know the Bible and you doing that, that doesn't mean you have to sit alone. Interact when other people don't want to interact. Be more involved when other people, too much manipulation going on. Interact with people from different around the world. Don't let them steer you in a direction where you're not in those formats. Get money styles the way Hubert Sellers, Hubert Jr., Sellers, baby. This type of Hubert Sellers, you'll find me. Junior, Baby Legend, Hubert. There's so many things out there. And then, but I'm not that much on Instagram because I'm on TikTok most because Instagram is not giving you the attention that you deserve. So they following more of the street people and more of those things. So I have to learn how to network you're not gonna find me that much on Instagram. You're gonna see me post videos, but you're not gonna find me doing live chat because of the way that society plays in Instagram. So I had to find a way. I know in 2018 and 19, I had to find a way to do better. I don't depend on YouTube. I'm not depending on YouTube. I'm depending on other platforms to get me where I'm trying to go. And that can be the biggest thing where we are trying to, we not depend on Instagram. And when I was on Live Me and I was talking to people on Live Me, on Buzzcast, Big Live, and everybody was in for coins. I wasn't in there for the coins. I was in there to talk about my music, to connect. I didn't care about giving my coins to people, giving my things to people. It was more about the connection more than anything. And I think if you connect more, everything will come. So I think it's the more if we just talk to each other more and interact and connect, that would be more. I don't worry about, get diamonds, can you send this to me? If you don't want it, no, because I'm not focused on those things. I'm not focused on the things when I'm worried about the connection. I'm worried about building that bond. I'm worried about those things. And those things are more important than a coin and then the rest of that. So if I focus on that, I want to be able to connect with y'all on that deeper level like I want to. If I focus on coins and winning stuff and doing, and that's this app, you gotta if you want to be a sponsor of this app and all the rest, if I focus on that, and too much people are focused on the daily tasks of the app, or just not just getting to know people, and that's where the downfall at in this one. And I never focus on it. I never focus on the tax and becoming a sponsor. I never focus on those things because it's the connection of communication. Yeah, I had problems with some people on the app where I've been talking to them from 2 or 3 weeks and they let other people come on Live Me and Big Live disturb the connection. Yeah, I had those things on there. So it's those things we able to connect from and we able to make it real big. But I'm not gonna let people make it feel like that I have to be alone because of the manipulation. Right now, the church in the city, member probably on my podcast. No, Ryan said something about some most people are not gonna go where you're trying to go. Let me tell you, he wanted the reaction out of it. But let me tell you something in this format. My seed has already been planted, but people will try to stop that with deception and doing sneaky ass stuff in their car. And God got you because you're not scared to chase your dream. You're so busy. The things people, they want to tell us which way to go, but they're not telling us how to be successful, how to do these things. They give us words of encouragement, but those are things we have to find out on our own and not be able to let people manipulate us. I told every kid, I told every kid on my line, and I want my friend Ashley and them, they 12, 13, 14 years old. I told them, when I come, I want y'all to come with y'all mom. I want everybody to be knowledge. I want those things. When I went in there, Willie Ben Mall in Plano, Willie Ben Mall, I talked to people with their kids. I did nothing without them. That was built on honesty and truth. When I went in that mall in Plano Mall and I talked about this blueprint and I talked about it with everybody and I got everything that I did with them. We are not the same. A riot word don't affect me. But let me tell you, the Social Security and the mail is still misbehaving itself. And if they refuse to address the issues, Governor Abbott refused to address the issues with the mayor. I am going to get the National Guard and I'm going to get the Army to come up here and solve it for the governors and solve it for the Texas legislators. Don't you try me. I have codes. I know emails. I will get them to call them. And I'm going to tell that civil rights leader, if you can't do your job of taking care of City Hall and the members and the Texas legislator, you're supposed to know God, but you go against our democracy. You go against what we stand for. And you play along with these racist business. God said, I refuse to bend. That Walmart employee said, how you get to work? When you going to stop being racist? My family will not be sacrificed. Because your selfish ass behavior are not a stand in the world. Those things won't be defined by us. I said on my picture on TikTok and like at eBay, I got a picture of me holding 2 rings up. I want a relationship that the spirit side is on. No matter where we at, I will see deception. I will see somebody seducing and deceiving. That bind can't be broken if I see the spirit connection. No attraction, no deception, no body motion, no lust, no thing can ever stop that from happening. One of my employees that I talked to at the restaurant, she go out, she a young chick, and we worked at 29916, and she talked about her friends and if she's in a relationship, and she refused to let a man tell her where she need to go and what she need to do. And one of the things I wanted her to know, if we in a relationship together, I won't try to control you, but I need you to be able to look out for the spirit. To know what those things are open. The bind is built by trust, and those 2 things is in the spirit. So, me and her discussing the friendship and discussing us talking and community. She's a cashier, and we communicate and doing all this at 2996. And I don't want to control you, but I want our bind to be open. I want you to be going in that car and be able to do what you need to do. Because kingdom is built on trust in the spirit. Kingdom is built on trust in the spirit. Those with kingdom is built on trust. My spirit look confused. You would never understand me. Because when you don't understand me, you don't understand God. So when you look at my spirit, you're going to always think wrong and negative. Let you think that. Let you question everything about those things. Let you question. But God said every time you look at my spirit, you will be confused. You will be a mystery towards me. A God was a mystery towards him. It's not meant for you to understand me. I hope so. He have already gave me those gifts, but he's giving me more. I told the civil right, the Justice Department, and the civil rights leader, Dallas have broken my trust. They have broken my trust by getting manipulated. Say, God said the trust has been broken. God don't trust you. So God say you have to walk this earth by yourself. You have to walk this path by yourself. And one day you might find hope. One day you might find what you need in me and in other people. I've been about growth since 14. I've been working. I've been taking theater class. And when DJ Khaled talked about me on Facebook, he reminded me of my theater teacher, Ms. Gulo, because Ms. Gulo, I'm glad she told me to go to that program when I had 3 more years because that was the best decision. And I see where my other friends haven't made it, and I see how far that I came. And I see that was the best decision Miss Chastity, Miss Gulo made for me at Norman Smith. And I see that was the best decision. So that helped me grow. I had 3 more years left of high school. I went to another school, and I'm still a Newman Smith student. I've showed everybody my American. I was going to Brookhaven colleges, North Lake colleges. I was doing, they didn't have the academics when I was in Churcj. We took ceramics. We took another class. And like this guy in the PE class, this guy in the B class, I remember Marissa say, Hubert, when I came from the B class at Brookhaven, this guy set me by his desk every time. He's a big guy at Brookhaven class. He didn't judge me. He pulled this desk up to me and said, Hubert, we're going to do this every semester. We didn't care how hard it get. We took that class. What they got to know, God said, what you got to know with our children, you have to show consistency when they have challenging problems. You have to challenge their mind and show consistency and keep them up in schools, not just in high school. You have to show consistency, the power of the mind in many ways. We understand it's going to be hard, but can you show consistency? God said, let's give these students a paycheck while they're in the classroom, not just sitting with them. Let's give them, they working on their work, you sitting with them at Brookhaven and North Lake College, and we paying students to sit while they're in the classroom in photography, and we paying them. Also, that's another job that they create, that Governor Abbott can do. We are paying these students in a photography class while they sitting there with the teachers in the teacher classes. They also being guidance. They also being a leader. We don't just need teachers to be leaders. We need students to step it up more. We know that you are there to get an education. God knows that you are there to get an education. But God said, can you step it up? Every college, everybody in that morning, can you step up with the things you, God said, can you be the backbone? God needs you more than every college, LSU. God needs you more than anything. He needs you. The people on the basketball teams, the NFL teams, we need you more than anything. America needs you. God is looking at you from the heavens. He is looking at you. Don't be just a student. Be a guidance. God said, I want to see if you can multitask. When I was on that talking to Ashley, and she multitasking, doing all of this. I've always multitasked. And God said, I'm willing to push myself more and more and more. When I can go on the other Walmart CEO website and they talk about attacking the things in our society. So I had to explain one of the things I had in my relationship, how my baby mama worked and did all of that. Me and the customers were going at it too. So on displaying all that thing, to get what I want to sit at the table, right? I have to be honest to them and say, right? So, all right, we talked about our people that can't defend themselves in my relationship. We talked about those stuff. I've been dealing with this problem with Sabine and them and all the rest of them. When I was a kid, I'm still able to handle my business when they met me. Her mama used to sit up in Carrollton, Texas at Big Lights, and she used to smile at me in the hall. And the thing, hey, I ain't lying about none of this. My history had no validation. But as ones that gonna try to break out democracy, God said let them lie and let them come. Let the ones that gonna pay them to lie and let them come. And God said, you do that because of money. And God wanted every last one of you. Don't test me, state of Texas government. We know organizations can come. God said, don't you test me. Because when you play this game with racism, you will lose big. I'm telling the community of the state of Texas, everybody that's willing to try to get $1. God said, don't you test me. Because our government will lose more than anything for participating in liars. God said, y'all better think before you reach. You lying people better think before you reach. God telling me, you better think before you reach. God told me to tell you, you better think before you reach. Jealousy, envy, you better think before you reach. Because that can cost the government a lot of money and a lot of video. And at the same time, I will ask for them to take those down with those lies. You won't get no money off those lies. God don't want you to get money off of those lies you tell. I want Dallas to know something. But I found out when I called the Atlanta assistant, I found out I got a caseworker. Even though my caseworker there, I got a caseworker working on each case of my situation from the call center. So they don't know my situation. They don't know why I'm getting my check is coming up to get justice. You don't know a damn thing. So don't question me, Dallas, Texas. You fake ass rappers don't know that I'm getting justice from the Social Security. You don't know a damn thing. You better not come up to me. I got a caseworker in the Dallas Social Security, and I got a caseworker in Atlanta that's working on, and I got caseworkers in different states that working on different calls and working on finding out from different call centers. You don't know my situation. And that was wrong for what Boosie and them did. That was wrong, man. You don't know my situation. And everybody assumes stuff. I got stuff going on with the Social Security. Don't you question things where I'm trying to address it. And the doctor wants, well, you believe God told you to fight. He gonna catch his little fit. Issues need to be addressed. And we're gonna address them. The same guy that turned it, the people that told me to sue them if they want. I hope you like my actions now. That hung up in my face and turned, that kept doing this on one of the Dallas Social Security office. Kept telling me, I got the same paperwork. The dismiss conduct, same with the local government. When the call center told me to call and the guy told me to shut up. That's how your government workers act? When somebody telling people to shut up and listen, that's how you act? Hey, let Ryan say what he want to say. We already know that behavior is going to come. So I wrote it. I don't work for him. I write things down. Because if I'm this the way that society pushes picture of it, and I'm being myself, I'm doing this, and people getting mad. They busy trying to start their church, and people getting mad. That's not my problem. I'm here to listen to God, but I'm also here to listen to God and tell God I'm not alone. And God said, when I sit up there and I listen, I can have a Bible, but I'm not alone. When the world wants to, this community want to listen to everybody else, God tell me, I want you to get on your phone and I want you to interact with people. Where else should I go out in the streets and there's too much manipulation going, manipulation? They trying to find out what, but I tell nobody about that book. So they looking for that book. They looking for that book because of it. Asking me about that book. The IPUS work. This the sneaky shit that's going there. I tell nobody about that book. I'm willing to give you knowledge, but you got to be willing to resource it. See the conniving stuff that was going on, and they try to treat me like shit. And the Texas Music Office gonna film me. It talks about royalties. It talks about U.S. royalties when you take people to court. You gonna film me. You gonna film me and everything that I say. And then they want to go against the grain because I picked up a damn book. And they still willing to go against the grain. To do sneaky ass shit in this community. I meant, Joe Biden, I meant that you're going to be held accountable. I meant, Joe Biden, you want to play this? You and your democracy? There's nothing but manipulation going on in this rap industry and in these streets. And I refuse to get manipulated. Oh, they say, yeah, I'm going to have to watch you in Dallas County, right? Because I won't let them manipulate me. One woman tell you start all that shit. No, I'm not starting. I filed a civil rights complaint. See, it's one way to take sides of, I know this was going to happen in Churcj in the city. I know this was going to happen. So I plan it as I go. So everything I went to the Texas, the Civil Rights Report, Civil Rights Church, talks about church worship. It talks about all of those things, police brutality. It talks about all of these things. So I get the state of Texas many a time to be honest with me and the DA kept blowing me off. My state attorneys and Judge Kenny kept abusing the rules. When I step up on that podium, you told me to speak, right? You give me a chance to speak from your words. I know I just could have asked my lawyer to talk to me, but you gave me that chance to speak. And I respect you for that. But don't question this one doubt. Now the Texas, I refuse to argue with dumb lying ass shit. Now the DA can make this go away with this bullshit. The DA can make this go away with this bullshit. They choose not to. Because they know more than they know. So my son is about to get up. They can't breathe my air. They can't breathe my air. They can't breathe the spirit when it's pounding. They can't breathe it when the heart wanna just go the distance more. Don't care if it's beating fast. Don't care if it's out of breath. Don't care if your veins in your. Don't care if it's out of breath. I'm willing to push those boundaries to its meaning. You will not question me in anything that I do. You will not question those things in anything that I do. We got other things to do. And we're going to attack our mission, either without the state of Texas and Dallas rapper community. So I tell these senators, they better buckle the hell up, and that's me. Every damn state legislature. So this month, I'll probably go buy me a tux at the end of the month. You better buckle the hell up. Because this issue is more important than this damn rap industry right now. Even though it's my dream, it's more important than this attacking the issues at hand. I'm willing to sacrifice it all just to attack this Social Security issue. My name is Hugh. The love of God can't be questioned. The love of our spirit cannot be questioned. When the heart is feeling for more, not just ambition, not just those things, when you know who God is, your heart will pound more for Him. It will pound for more growth in this universe than you even know. It will pound for you to go the distance than you even know. You won't have. You gotta have what it takes. Hubert, Get Money's out the way Hubert said it's Hubert Jr., Baby Legend, I'm going my TikTok. I just don't depend on those things because the streets are just panning. You see how these things are being started. So I just don't depend on Instagram to get the job done. Gilbert, you up? Dad gonna be all alone. He gonna be talking to you from day to day. What's going on? Now your ass sleep. You went to sleep late last night. We're going to start putting you on your bedtime before you leave, dude. For real.